Yeah, again, Icebox is such a new map that it feels like any given day you can see anything happen. But that's what makes it so volatile and so amazing to watch. Again, I wouldn't say become a fan of Icebox in recent times, but I've definitely grown to appreciate it as I've watched more and more of it. Those new changes that came a couple of patches ago, I think definitely help make things a little bit more approachable, as we are going to be watching Immortals starting out on the offensive side, I believe, unless I'm tripping. No, it's Immortals on the offensive side, excuse me. And right now, a little bit biased towards A. So one thing I want to point out real quick as well, my player to watch is going to be BCJ. He has been phenomenal this tournament, and almost every other tournament, it feels like it's about time that he got picked up. But keep in mind that XSET have 4 players set up over towards A, and BCJ is one of them. So this could be scary for Immortals.
And for XSET, Weeded going to be rocking that Reyna in this one, so looking to stay aggressive. That turret now out of range, won't have the flank, and it's going to get called back, and the shots to come on through. Weeded the first to fall. IMT strike for 3. If you're able to get some, Dwifo gets one back as well. Now that spike to be planted. Low HP on 1. The shots are going to go wide. The dash away to stay safe. And now the odds are even. BCJ, the member that you had mentioned just a moment ago, unfortunately will fall. And man, that was a back and forth pistol. I think that's what we're going to see for the rest of the game, Ito. Just blood all over.
Quick bursts as well. It's hard to keep up with everything that's happening. And this kind of reminds me of an NRG game that we saw a little bit earlier with just how quick they move and the way that they react on top of it. But this time there's a lot more counterplay, and maybe XSET weren't nearly as successful as NRG were in the past. So Immortals, they do a good job at staving off the scary parts of just that first pistol, but they need to do it again, and it shouldn't exactly be the tallest order in the world here. It's another full stack, actually with the exception of BCJ this time around, from XSET, as they just look to try to pincer down a couple of players. Oh, okay, Chemicals? I'm guessing he accidentally hit his button there, or something of the sort. Unfortunate way to start, but at least Immortals strike back.
Yeah, that was an awkward way to get on in, as a couple of kills traded back and forth once more. It was a shock dart kill.
Oh.
Come out and find one, and not too much gonna be found by that recon bolt, so things have since quieted. But now you have to be wary. Although XSET down around and down in Arsenal, they've been able to pick up a couple of weapons, pushing into the smoke. They're gonna run right into each other in the face of shot up. Aaron will go down. Now that Spectre that has since been picked up, it's good for 1 kill, and Gangsta with shot up, trying to close things out. Once more, it's BCJ in a 2v1, a Sheriff in hand.
A dart in 3.
Any less doable, does have that info. Not going to find the shot there. Rushed it a little bit. The spike was yet to be planted, but at the end of the day, that one kind of goes the way we were expecting. Immortals picking that up, and now we'll see how XSET battle back. It's too early to tell, obviously, but on the Reyna, I'm expecting a lot from this player. So to be 0-2, you lose pistol, you lose the next one, that's a-okay. Now that Weeded has a rifle in his hands alongside the rest of his team, I am expecting frag after frag here. Needs to have a strong performance, or else IMT should be able to run away with this one. Rifles across the board, no bonus round, so IMT not looking to give anything up here, Ito.
And once again, we're seeing that XSET really biased towards A early. I'm kind of interested. I mean, at what point does this eventually get sniffed out and Immortals start to abuse it even more than they have just in the early stages of this game? Because even when XSET previously were stacking, we have small sample size only of 2 rounds, but they managed to still kind of bulldoze their way through. It looks like XSET, okay, it is interesting. They have kept the camera to kind of watch over towards mid. So a very alternative approach that I feel like we've been seeing towards mid so far. I'm just wondering, I mean, again, when do they finally start catching on to the fact that, hey, this could be free of charge? Right now it's slow though. As Immortals slowly inch their way up. Aggression, nowhere to be found. 5v5 post plant doesn't seem unlikely at this point, and since there's not many ultimates in play, I think you're going to be seeing a full retake in action here. Build up that utility and go for the safest possible round.
Nice paranoia. Alarm bot gonna buy some time. JC standing from the back. Nature gonna assist him with another. Weeded goes down in the rifle round, starting to fall apart for XSET. Immortals up 5v3 here in this one, and they just have to play for the spike. That is all the utility out the window now. There is still a Hunter's Fury available. Chemicals from downtown to sit him down, and it's looking to be flawless here. BCJ, the last alive 3 times in a row, and Immortals. Ito, they're looking to make a statement here on Icebox.
And a statement they did make, man. Disciplined util usage right there from the Immortals side. XSET consistently felt like they were in, the passenger seat there, really.
Yeah.
XSET were just completely driving over them, and my lord, it looked absolutely beautiful. That paranoia at the very end from JC Stanny was nothing short of great. It feels like a lot of the time we do see, maybe a little bit of an outclass from the other Omens. JC Stanny, I think in recent times, has had a little bit of a couple of rough performances, but he has been doing absolutely phenomenal this entire tournament so far. And obviously to start off this game, but to shut me right up will be the side of XSET as Pierre finds the opening kill. Gangsta will be able to trade it out, has that Hunter's Fury in play, but we get into a bit of an awkward 4v4. JC Stanny, though, I was praising him a lot now. I want to see if he steps up to the plate.
I want to go back that kill, because had somebody killed that drone, it takes him out of the animation and it allowed him to get that kill after a huge pickup on the member that was supposed to be protecting him. Pure R went in, picked up one, and Gangsta traded him. So I wish I could go back and look at that, because maybe some miscomm there as they pushed on up for it. But as you stated, a 4v4. Spike now in the hands of Nature as he looks to push on up. Nano Swarm goes down. Now, there's no real way to stop this. If somebody is mid, you could be sprayed through the Radiant box, but that's not going to be the case this time around. Spike goes down, Nature gets out, and once more, an even manpower fight in the post plant. 4v4. Turret's gonna get some info, spots one out, but those shots gonna give him away, and Chemicals just making it look so clean from downtown. The resets coming through the taps on top of it all, and it's not flawless, but it looked to be that way. Only one member falling, IMT. These guys look polished.
Absolutely polished. A great start for Gangsta as well. He is yet to die. 2 ultimates, very powerful ones at that to play with. I mean, IMT, they are just absolutely sailing smooth right now. They have not met any serious contention just yet, and it was a pretty unfortunate loss for XSET, but it's not the end of the world. They have another buy in them, but those money wells are starting to dry up. They need to go ahead and keep an eye on that eco at every given moment, because in the blink of an eye, this could turn from bad to worse. And that is not the best start to look for if you want to try to get a response back into this game. Your duelist taken out.
Who are we looking at for best rifle? Because, okay, it's looking like Rifle right now, but Chemicals is definitely giving these guys a run for their money when it comes to the accuracy, the precision here with this Vandal. Now we get to see that fight. No, it's Gangsta to sit him down. I thought that might have answered it between Rifle and Chemicals. The spike going to be delayed for now. There's that spray through the Radiant box that we spoke about previously. Another fake to draw out some rounds, and you're getting low here. Those magazines, you're running out of them. If you are XSET, IMT still have a lot of time on the clock. Now the Hunter's Fury from Gangsta in an awkward position, trying to find everything they can, and now with a 1v2. It's the man of the hour weeded for XSET to try and find the first round. One gonna swing on by, should be a free plant to go on through. He tries to spray through the box, not gonna find too much onto Nature. Shock dart from Gangsta, gonna go wide. That one will get a bit of value. Now we did pushes up. They don't spot each other there. And it's looking like Nature is gonna take his position prompt inside kitchen. We might see a fight on the site between Gangsta and Weeded. Gangsta with the high ground. The spike planted inside the tube. This would be a huge round to pick up here for Weeded. As that Nano Swarm goes out, it's going to stop him, and he's running out of time. He might just be forced to save here, Ito. He's going to go for another peek. Not going to find anything here, and I would think that he just tries to find his way out. He's running out of time, and
Die
Yeah,
for the cause?
I guess maybe he's just gonna die by the sword here. He tries to get away as he pulls out the Sovereign Sword, and he is gonna make it out. Weeded, unfortunately, not able to find anything, but just smart heads-up play there by IMT. Both Nature and Gangsta playing off the site, playing around the spike. They don't even hear the threat of a defuse, and they grab another round.
It's been calculated, yes, but at the same time, Immortals, they've been showing off like this crazy, I don't want to use the word wild card factor because I feel like I've used that and abused that so many times today, but this crazy like wide swinging factor. Because I was keeping an eye on Chemicals there, and while the site was pretty much completely safe, Chemicals decide, all right, let's go ahead and take a fight over towards mid. Let's see if anything is there. And he managed to stay alive, didn't find any frags either, but he's done that sort of thing before and has found a lot of success with it. Immortals are looking lethal right now just to start with. Again, the scouting from Immortals seems to be doing them good so far. Another push will begin, this time a lot quicker. Immortals, they toss down the lockdown, and they're going to be pushing in right behind it. Someone should be detained with this. Stuck inside. BCJ can't do anything. He's felled, and so apparently is everybody else on actually the side of XSET. There's a struggle back and forth. Chemicals with a late potential vote for himself for the best rifler in NA, because he has been proving it so far.
From rifle to blades to operator, shot up, gonna join him there, finding a kill onto Weeded. Now Dwight needs to go huge. This was the guy in the run in here, battling toe-to-toe with Chemicals. It's Gangsta to find that kill, though, once more. 2 rounds in a row to sit down Dwight, and man, it is IMT. You kind of said it's aggression, it's chaos, but it's controlled chaos. And I mean, there's nothing more controlled than being 12 and
I know,
Gangsta
man.
is, I mean, he's going huge this game.
The Undying. It's just unreal.
He is immortal.
Oh my god, that's how these choke. How did I not think of that one?
That's low-hanging fruit right there, baby.
The punchlines seemingly sitting right in front of us, but right now XSET seem like the punchlines to Immortals. We saw XSET fell the beast of TSM just yesterday. This is a team that we know is absolutely lethal. I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing that crazy wild style in this round, but however, the Sheriffs could potentially make the argument for it. Nature, of course, with 2 just shuts me right up. And what can you even say at this point? Immortals, that's another case where they feel confident enough to take these fights. I understand it's against a Sheriff, but considering you just lost a player to a Sheriff, it does definitely take a bit of cojones to go for it. Once again, the spike will be planted. XSET still with a gigantic goose egg. Look, maybe switch things up, but I don't think this is a round that it happens.
Pure here with the Sheriff. We've seen what he's been able to do, but it's shot up with the high ground. Chemicals showing off the operator. And Twyfo in a 1v4. XSET just have not been able to find their footing. And I think at the very least, you just go for exits here. 1,500 credits could be enough to be able to buy in the next round. Maybe not full utility, but should have the arsenal behind it. XSET once more, they fall down, and now we're starting to see why IMT grabbed this map. Now we're starting to see just how strong it can be, and this win rate start to skyrocket on Icebox. This team is a problem here. Granted, it has been a lot of aggression towards A, but they've been mixing it up back and forth. Gangsta, again, being, deathless. It helps a whole lot, and I don't think every game goes like that, but Immortals have found their home here. This is their gamer house. It's here on Icebox.
They've definitely found a nice home territory. They've come back to. It's the nice homemade meal of maps, it seems, for them. They look incredibly comfortable in such a new setting for them, but there's still potentially 2 more maps in this series on top of Icebox, and let's not count Icebox done yet. Twyfo, he actually gets the opening in favor of his team, and XSET, for the first time in a while, maybe see a light at the end of the tunnel, as we did, makes it a little bit more bright. Suddenly, Immortals are on the back foot. This is the first time they've been in a situation like this. What is going to be their call? Right now, judging by the radar, it seems that they want to end up over towards A, but I'm wondering if maybe they go ahead and keep their Killjoy as potentially a late factor to flank towards mid. This will have to be a very, very powerful push, though, over towards A. I mean, really, you're not leaving that much fat to trim off right now. XSET are a scary team. They can easily take this, and well, obviously they are favored. But Immortals, I don't know.
30
They've been
seconds
flawless
left.
so far.
Cover going out.
Anything can happen, Tanner.
Flawless so far as they feint over towards A. Nanoswarm gonna go out. We did with the leer. Pure are gonna get on the board with the operator. Now here comes the firing squad, and BCJ off the site with the Hunter's Fury finally coming online. XSET, they took a deep breath in the break in that round. Things were moving pretty slow, so they're able to regather themselves and find a round. But now they need to do it 4 more times for the best half they can hope for.
Doesn't seem insurmountable. This will be their next big hurdle to jump over. One thing I neglected to mention in the last round, Tanner, is the fact that they were running double operator. And, you know, it did them good there. I'm not going to say necessarily change the round in or not in their favor, but it's something to definitely keep an eye on, because look at how these angles will change up as a result. BCJ, behind this drone, if he gets a tag here, maybe see him spam through. Yeah, speaking of which, oh, if he just fired right there, he had a chance. So nothing with the operator to start with. Maybe Immortals are starting to catch on to it, so they'll do an aggro drone through, not finding any info for their trouble. But Immortals have a lot of powerful map control right now. They've already had one sit on top of A for a while, and they haven't heard anything. So although things stay even, right now we're looking for that dam to break at something. And I think Immortals just want to conga line it in. Cut noise as long as he possibly can, burst up onto the site. The bread and butter of the A-bomb site.
Revealing
There's the start. Paranoia ultimate's gonna be used as well. The Empress now online. JC standing up top, gonna drop down, find Thwipo. This is gonna open up the site completely on 30 HP. JC standing will go back
Smart.
and reposition. Might find 2 on the flanker. He spots out the leg, so they've got the information, but on the site, the operators are popping off here. BCJ, Aaron gonna be bringing up the rear for this squad. Nature goes huge with the headshot. Now it's all up to 1. Gangsta, he was deathless before, now needs to be deathless in this round, but he's completely pincered. A rifle now in the hands of BCJ, no longer the operator. Pure, though, cannot say the same. Still hanging onto that operator. He's gonna try and find the spray down. BCJ comes out on top, going clutch for 3. Put XSET on the board once more.
Such an important round. It gets expensive towards the end of it. You're gonna see someone towards the end. Yeah, no, BCJ is gonna stick this. I'm guessing they're looking for, yep, double op. There it is. So it will be tossed through. Really smart heads up play to XSET for getting themselves back on that double operator, because it definitely did so much work in that one. The difference appeared in the kill feed, if nothing else. The fact that they got, I think it was 3 kills right as a spike went down. Unfortunately, it's impossible to catch all the angles, and I don't think Immortals caught all the angles either, because they were definitely caught off there. Smart by Immortals, Gangsta, excuse me, at the end of it to try to isolate those fights, but BCJ has been definitely performing up to snuff. And Immortals, for the first time in a while, seem a little bit baffled. So they'll change up their approach, look to go towards B. They're full sending it. There's one player holding towards mid, but they're all taken care of. What in the world is going on here? It's so strong. And the fight back is even stronger from Shut Up. 3 kills? That's not allowed.
It took 3 members from XSET to find 3 kills. It only took Shot Up to answer back. BCJ just barely gonna go wide on that shot. Not gonna miss that one though. The near sight doesn't matter. Shot Up with 6 HP would have loved to have had that kill in his repertoire.
No way.
Dismisses away. The neural theft gets the information. The fake comes through and Thwipo comes out on top. What a spicy round, but XSET are not giving up yet.
It takes so much effort for them to do it. No one else found a kill in that round, and yet Immortals nearly snuck away with it. XSET, you know, again, take a deep breath. They still took the round at the end of the day. Beautiful kill by Thwipo to finish things up here. Smartly played clutch at that. Next set, they will retain that double operator setup. They remain okay. They've gotten 3 in a row, 2 more in order to secure that best possible halftime score. And they're looking better as time goes by. Yes, that was a scare, but again, think about what it took to even get that far. Shot Up with an amazing 4K. That's not always going to happen. Far and away, they've been looking pretty good here. XSET definitely a recovery in form. Immortals have been stopped for a little while, but trying to once again bring up the rear. Will be shot up as he gets the kill into Aaron. Trading things back, we're into a 4v4, Tanner.
A 4v4, but low HP on this attacking squad. That spray down only went good for 1 kill, but it did so much damage. Now that lockdown on the site is going to detain one. They're going to find the kill. Nature going to be the benefactor. Shot up, grabs another. Now BCJ, operator in hand, needs to go huge in a 1v3. Low HP on one, sits down. The Empress dethroned.
He sees a cape.
One leapt away, the other planted the spike. He's got an idea, but he only has 21 HP. Is that going to be enough? The shock dart surely would have sat him down, should have been on target, but it wasn't. BCJ in a 1v2. Recon Bolt going to be taken down. One going to be sent back in return. He tries to wall bang it. He peeks out with the classic. Nature was looking to peek. Not going to do it. 9 HP to 21 HP, but another member to worry about. And BCJ just has to send it. He hops up top, and IMT finally grab one back. I mean, this is the Immortal squad looked immortal for quite some time, but XSET, they prove that they can and they will bleed. And we're looking at quite possibly an 8-4 half should XSET keep it going.
And one more thing to really kind of bring up is the fact that they're not going to be able to bring out the double operator setup anymore. They don't have the funds necessary for it. I wouldn't be surprised if Pure maybe drops the Phantom over to Thwyfel, that way he can pop knives, but no, they're going to stick with it. Knives will be popped maybe a little bit later, but it's a final round of the half. It's now or never, quite honestly. Forced to respect a little bit of space. XSET, BCJ in particular, will pop the Hunter's Fury. And they actually push up right behind it. That's a smart setup. I'll get to it a little bit later because the action is still happening. With shot up pushing towards mid, BCJ catches a free frag. That is beautifully played. Kind of a call and response from XSET as they hit 2 players strong, 3 players strong, excuse me. And things are looking better for that 4-8 half, Tanner.
Swinging that way. Chemicals, though, back in the spawn. What an angle. I mean, there's nothing you could do. Again, you just got to tip your hat to that. Nobody expecting that one. Well, nice shot there's Chemicals going skeet shooting on the imposter. Not going to spot much else as everybody on XSET. Now they're headed back. Their aggression is going to stop. They're going to go back. They're going to play things in that default fashion to try and secure the best half that they can. Chemicals does get tagged out. No ultimates available here. Spike in the hand. My MTs, they creep on up. JC Stanley, full HP. Gonna toss out the dark cover. Paranoia gonna be queued up as well. This one thrown across the site. I don't know if it got a whole lot. Weeded still hanging out. Chemicals, though, gonna open things up with a kill onto the enemy Omen. Now Weeded hanging out inside the smokes. Both members gonna be spotted out by the recon bolt. JC trying to get that spike down, but he's just gonna get run down. And BCJ to close it out. He starts it off, he closes it out. XSET battle back 4-8 at the half. Now on attack, they need to go beast mode.
That was so scary at the end too. Kind of a nice solo effort at the end to deny that spike plant. There was 8 seconds left as he killed the carrier, and that carrier would have to haul just to go ahead and get over to the spike, much less get it planted safely. So, well played at the end, basically securing it so they didn't even have to worry about a post plant. Look at this again from shot up. I am baffled at how he gets this next one here. Look at this, just a complete turnaround. I need his sensitivity, his crosshairs, everything, but whatever. We'll get to that later. All in all, a very good finish from XSET, looking a lot stronger. Immortals definitely not looking that way anymore, but they still look strong and like the dominant team in this game. It's map number 1. And Immortals now are going to be on the defensive end. I'm wondering how things change up here. That turret spotting 1 means that they're probably going to bring a rotate over. And yes, look at that. Immortals are now going to be pushing towards mid. This is such a cool call.
This is, I mean, it's different than anything we've ever seen here. As Weeded going to continue to play aggressive. He does finally get sprayed down, but it's a 1-for-1 overall. The frenzy from JC Stanley comes out on top. He's able to push up and find the imposter as well. Nice little weapon upgrade. Gun game into the making here as he upgrades but switches back. Now in a 4v3. Unfortunately, Low on HP is that Omen. Nature going to push on up. They're going to go for the defuse. They fake it once. Recon Bolt not going to get too much as they swap positions inside the smoke. Dwifo going to try and cut IMT down. He hops on in like a madman, and it's all up to VCJ. Tosses out that recon dart. He's got the info. He's got one kill, but he's got to reload. As IMT will grab this pistol round. 9-4 they go on their map pick.
Oh, and you see a little bit of tactical crouching on the body of BCJ. The fallen man. He gave it a good college try, but at the end of the day, they flunk out. Again, XSET, definitely looking a little bit more mortal, but I really just, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to verbalize how I feel about that setup, is that it feels like so many things need to go right for it to actually be fruitful. You know, the more conservative setups, playing on sites itself and maybe trying to take that orb early on, denying access from the enemy side, I think would just be a much better look for the side of Immortals. But they seem to know better than I. I fumbled my team names there, but I'm definitely not going to mix it up because I can't help but say the team names right here, and the fact that Immortals have such a beautiful stack. I just gotta have to say their name over and over again because they're just continuing with the aggression. They're taking the fights here. They have no fear of the pistols.
And this was an XSET force. LIFO grabs two. It hurts the economy, but XSET now way on the back foot coming into this next one. They forced up, and I'm interested to see what they do here. Do they just keep forcing their way out and look to run it back in game number 2, or are we going to see something a bit conservative? Because that did not go their way at all. IMT now on double digits. They've got this bonus round under their belt. They can hang on to the SMGs that worked incredibly well in that one, and this bonus round is not only a bonus for the weapon, it should be for the actual round. Typically this is where you see rifles coming out from XSET,
Right?
But it's gonna be and a Marshall. Oh, the new sheriff is out. Pure R has to reload every time they fall victim. Shot up gets away, but it's a trade 1-for-1, and running out of ammo just feels so bad.
I still have to love, though, that Immortals are fighting mid. They really don't have fear of the pistols, which is something that you see so commonly. But I guess the ecos are just about even, like you mentioned before, so anything goes. The Sheriff, unfortunately, has abandoned his post, and another one might look to step up. But the HP is incredibly low on the defenders, and XSET somehow might sneak this one away. It seems that their late round call will be maybe rotate over towards A, but that's even assuming they can get that far, because look who's behind. It's Shot Up. Master in the first half, and apparently Master in the second. Puts his way onto 3, and I think Immortals will survive the scare.
No hard feelings.
Oof.
Not done yet.
Showing up, though, and he does have a Spectre, although on 16 HP. You don't really want to take the battles. That's exactly why it's a 4K for Shot Up. Like you said, Immortals just right back to not only that win column, but the drawing board. They gave up a few. They battle it back. It's pistol. They win a force, which you could probably expect from this XSET roster, and I believe they did get that. So they did get the spike down on the first. So some extra credits. You're thinking maybe they force. Immortals just took the fight right to them, and it paid off. I mean, I guess in credits, but it paid off so incredibly well. Now they're one away from map point. They have an operator in the hands of Chemicals who has been absolutely huge, and he's just going to hold it down towards B where everybody is stacked up here from XSET.
Immortals was such a question mark heading into this game, despite their great performances so far in this tournament. Stat-wise and just apparently from the eye test, a little research I've done. XSET, they don't want to be shut up either. They were also heavy overdogs heading into this one. Again, they fell TSM yesterday, but right now they are the ones being fallen. What in the world is that double kill from Shot Up? That completely flips the script. And now everything is a big question mark, this time for XSET. They're being completely and systematically destroyed by Shot Up. He has to bring out the sidearm, but that's not going to be enough to finish up. So Immortals, maybe keep this one up. The next set, they'll have to fight back as hard as they can.
I was going to say, this is a scary spot. They have to cross for the spike, but a nice shrouded step is going to allow Aaron to pick that one up. But can he get out now? As Chemicals holds this angle, I would
30
imagine the
seconds
play is
left.
over towards A. At the very least, you do not want to have to peek this up, especially when Chemicals is the wielder. There's that shrouded step used. It's going to be a fake to hang out by yellow box once more. And with the man
Last
advantage, they can
player
play one
standing.
just about everywhere.
Oh
Gangsta
my
going to
God.
sit down. That's the spike. Now Thwipo with 10 seconds will fall as well. And I mean, it would have taken a monolithic effort to be
Match
able to get
point.
that done with just 10 seconds left. IMT pushed to match point here in the economy for XSET. It's a yard sale buy, and we'll see what they're able to get done with it.
It feels so easy to point out Shot Up as being phenomenal, and for good reason. He is phenomenal. But, God, just Gangsta with that shot. He's only died 4 times, mind you. And they've only lost 4 rounds. He really has been so good at surviving and providing so much good recon for his teammates. Like, that right there is just something else entirely. But let's get on to this round because it's already begun and we're already in the thick of it. Chemicals finds the opener and the push actually just might come immediately. XSET want to up the pace.
They're up in the pace. They have the SMGs. The blades go down for XSET, but they come up for Immortals as IMT grabs one. Chemicals going to be the
enemy
benefactor. And it's all down to this.
done.
It's all down to
Wow.
Weeded. It's going to close
Defenders
out.
win.
Hashtag wreck the set here as IMT grab a win on Icebox 13-4, going up 1-0 in this series.
A bit of a surprise. Let's be completely honest here. XSET, after what happened yesterday, it was a lights out performance from them. I can tell. It looks like you had your lights out there as well. But Immortals, God, I wish I could have seen all their games so far. There's just so many games going on yesterday. I couldn't watch every single one, but they have been thoroughly impressing me. It feels so easy just to toss out, oh, they're aggressive, but they're aggressive at just the right times. In particular, I want to point out around previously where Gangsta actually did hit that crazy shot when they're both holding towards B, him over towards Kitchen, but Chemicals was right there with an op inside the smoke. And I think he had the discipline enough to hold back, let Gangsta play first contact, and trade out if necessary. That's the sort of aggression that you're chasing because it's the fundamentals plus a little bit more. XSET are looking blown out of the water right now, and it's not even that they're individually doing terrible.